Hello, Tactical Cowboy here. If it sounds like I am sick, well, it's because I am. And yes, I am sick with you know what. But that's not going to stop me from doing a video on this topic, which is Alabama's constitutional carry bill. In the state of Alabama, right now, it is illegal to conceal carry a handgun or to carry a loaded handgun in a vehicle. To do either of those, you have to have a Alabama pistol permit. The pistol permit allows you to conceal carry your handgun, and it allows you to carry your handgun loaded in a vehicle. Some people they haven't read the law, or maybe they just have poor reading comprehension, or maybe they just, by word of mouth, they got bad information. But they just believe that they know it's illegal to have a loaded handgun in a vehicle, but they believe it's illegal because they think that once you step foot into your vehicle, your, we'll say, open carried handgun has now become a concealed carry handgun, all because you're in a vehicle. So it doesn't matter if you was to say lay it on your dash or whatever. It's still considered concealed, which isn't the case. It's just it's now in a vehicle, and the law says to be in a vehicle it has to be unloaded unless you have a valid pistol permit. So that's what the law says about the pistol permits. For about 10 years now, I believe this is the 10th year, Bamacarry, who I am a member of, has been fighting against the sheriffs, of all people, to pass constitutional carry here inside the state of Alabama. So the Sheriff's Association, their story is that this is a public safety issue, and we as law-abiding citizens have to pay them a fee so that they can issue us a permit to carry our handgun concealed. That is, we can openly carry a handgun. For some reason that's safe to do. It's just unsafe to do it concealed without the permit. It's also legal to travel in a car with a loaded rifle, a loaded long gun, but it's illegal to travel in a vehicle with a loaded handgun unless you have that permit. No permit for the long gun required, but the handgun has to have a permit, because it's unsafe for the public and for officer safety. That's another thing that they say is for officer safety, we need to have a permit. What really is going on, and they do mention this, but it's not their number one reasoning, even though it's really the only reason. It's because that they rely on this revenue from us. There's some things that the departments can't afford, that or at least they wouldn't be able to afford it without this extra income. For some reason they believe that if Alabama goes to a constitutional carry state and we are no longer required to buy that permit, then we won't. I've actually been protesting it I haven't had a valid permit in 4 years now. Yeah, it's my 4th year of not having or not renewing my permit. I just prefer not to give them my money because they want it so bad. I'm not going to go any more details with that, but I don't like them being so greedy. So I keep my money in my pocket. Now, people that currently have a permit, they will more than likely continue to buy that permit so that they can travel outside the state of Alabama with their handgun, or they just feel more comfortable having that piece of paper saying that they are legal to have that handgun. Whatever the reason, if you look at the other states that have already done away with the pistol permit requirement, you'll see that permit sales have either stayed the same or even increased for some reason. So I don't know why they're so afraid of losing that money, but it's just the statistics from the other states don't support their claim. So how I've been spending my time in quarantine is been doing a lot of social media, just browsing. I came across an NRA ad actually. It was a paid advertisement. They want your information basically to input your information, and then they already had this pre-written script to go to our representatives, and they're saying that, I want this bill to pass for this reason, and it goes toward, like I said, our representatives. So a lot of people comments were on that because it does ask, if you want this to pass. It being say the NRA, a gun rights group, then there's a lot of overwhelmingly support for this to pass. And any time that I see this posted from a local newspaper or just local state media, then you have, it's a mixture of yes and no, and people in between. They might be no, but because they don't have all the information. And what I like to do whenever I see that happening, then I just like to give them the correct information. Some people believe that if we go to constitutional carry, then now criminals will be legally allowed to carry a gun. But then I have to explain to them that if they're prohibited from owning a gun, then they're still going to be prohibited from carrying a gun. So that's false about criminals being able to legally carry a gun. You have people that think that we're going to turn into the wild, wild west, and everybody's going to be armed and shooting each other. And again, we have 21 other states that are already doing this, and why hasn't that happened in the other states? Then you have people that don't think it's necessary because we are an open carry state. So open carry is good, but it's also kind of pointless if you don't have a permit, because now if you want to get into your vehicle, you have to unload your handgun if you want to, do it by the law, that is. So now you're stuck having to unload your handgun. Hopefully you don't need it in your route of travel. And then once you get to your destination, you have to load it in a very public setting, which can be suspicious looking. And also you're hopefully paying attention to what you're doing, and so now you're lost focus on your surroundings. So now your situational awareness is not there. So the people that don't want it because we have legal permitless open carry, it's just, I don't buy it. I don't agree that that's good enough. You also have the people that think that all they need is open carry, but they don't know that it's illegal to travel in a vehicle without a permit. They think that they say they open carry every day, and I explain to them, well, that's kind of pointless if you don't have a permit, because now you're having to hope you don't need your handgun while you're traveling. And they say as long as it's on your hip, it's fine. You don't need a permit. Break the news to them that no, that's illegal. You're traveling with a loaded handgun without a permit. The law clearly says, and I'll give them the link to the law, what it says in exact. They can read it for themselves that you must have your handgun unloaded, separate, locked away, all this nonsense, all because you don't have a permit. Then you also have people that they just prefer people to be vetted. They think that only people that have went through a background check should be able to carry their gun. Which, yeah, that would be, in a perfect world, that would be how it goes. But we know that people are carrying illegally, and they not even allowed to have guns. It's just a lot of stupidity out there, and it amazes me every time I read through the comments. And I try to be as nice as I can be and polite. And then you get people that are very anti-gun altogether, and I try to explain to them how this isn't the end of the world, but it never goes well. So that's pretty much how I've been spending my time inside of quarantine. So you can go ahead and comment down below, are you for constitutional carry? Do you have constitutional carry inside of your state? How is that going? And if you disagree with constitutional carry, then maybe you prefer the permit system. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. People believe that if we go to constitutional carry, they will no longer be able, they will no longer have the ability to purchase a permit. So now if they were to travel outside the state, they will not be able to take their handgun, or they're just asking, well, how will that work if I travel outside the state? Well, I still have reciprocity, whatever that word is. I explained to them the permit's not going away, it's the requirement to have a permit is going away. If you're going to travel, then by all means continue to renew your permit. That's going to stay the same. So yeah, there's just a lot of bad information out there, or no information at all to some of these people, which is out there. They just choose not to find it, or they just have bad comprehension of the subject. But anyways, yeah, comment down below. Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you have it? Do you not? Do you like it? What's your favorite color? All that good stuff. So hope I didn't take up too much of your time. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, Tactical Cowboy out.